again. What is up? Welcome. We got coining around. What is up? Welcome. We are promoting UK Medic and Cable Company. We also are promoting our members. Our members are Digging It Back, UK Medic, Supreme Geckos, Corner Clubhouse Cobalt, Sherry Lynn Matcat, Jay Sonata, Trod Legs and Stings, Mary Giggs, Smitty SOE Gaming, The Stock Explorer, Leon Layton, Real Time Catfishing, Old Dude, It's the Marshmallow Man, Aaron Rock, Leonard, Like Father Like Son, Chester the Gamer, Ryan 222, Gaff, Karen Utz, 315 Gamer, Clowns Are Us, Incognito Metal Detecting, Mayhem Miracles, Coining Around, Chaka, Ryan Clark, Brooklyn Chick, Sabine Pazine, Brandon Gaming, Tripman Gaming Network, Three Good Nerds, Tita Chin Vlogs, Pokerasi. Those are our members. Go check them out. If you like what you see, you know what to do. Hot day today, 90 degrees already outside. It's 2:15 in the afternoon. Welcome. Going to be on here for about 45 to 50 minutes. Driving to work. Come and enjoy the ride. I will be reading the chat when I get a chance, but not while I'm driving. We got D's. Welcome, D's. Let's see, we have Coining Around. D's is a gaming channel. What's up? Corner Clubhouse. What's up? Glad you're doing live streams again. Welcome. Coining Around. We have our family and friends list. Family and friends list is Coining Around, My Animal House, Spider Mom, Mark the Spider Guy, Sherry Lynn Matcat, James Gype, Samantha Gype, Tony Diecast, Zelda Diecast Racing, we have Mayor, all capital letters, Maer. We have Blessed Yoda Blessed. We have The Stock Explorer. We have John Paul, Brooklyn Chick, Pokerasi, UK Medic, yeah, we got blue skies today, no clouds. That's why it's hot today. So it's going to be a hot one today. We have from the Philippines, MDT. From Hong Kong, we have Tita Chin. We have Stories Lost and Found. We have Wally from Supreme Geckos. We have Mayhem Miracles. We have Percy the Mercian Metal Detecting. And he's from the UK. Go check him out. He has a new video. Nice coin. Go check it out. So, if everybody go check out all them channels. If you like what you see, you know what to do. Also, go check out my post. Got some other amazing channels on there. Go check them out. So I'll be driving to work. Be on here for 45 to 50 minutes. I will be reading the chat at the end, not while I'm driving. I do see people doing that, reading the chat while they're driving. I don't know. That's kind of dangerous. Yeah, I was watching Gator Cable Company. He was live right now. He's doing his hangman game. Topic is NFL football. I don't know how much longer he's going to be running. Maybe he'll be running till I get to work and I'll catch him then. Then at 3:45 we'll have Coining Around. I was in there on Copper L's live stream. He was showing off all these nice coins he found in a box of $50. Yeah, it was nice stuff. Yep, we got not that much, not windy today. It's a little breeze, but it's not like yesterday. Man, yesterday was crazy wind. But the weather was nice, and now today, yesterday we were in the 70s and 80s. Now today, we're 88 degrees now. It was 90 earlier when I was parked. I was checking a bunch of videos this morning. Checking Jan's videos. She put a bunch of short videos. Eric LaPont had a bunch of videos. Corner Clubhouse was live this morning. I was catching up on FL Thunder with Rob and Charlie. Yeah, I didn't see, in fact, Brooklyn Chick, they had a prize for her. She won a prize, but she wasn't there to claim it. I don't know. Hopefully she's okay. Haven't seen or heard from her. So hopefully she's doing okay. I know Coining Around said he sent her a text, but she never answered back, so I don't know. Maybe she's just busy with real life, but hopefully everything is good. Yeah, all kinds of crazy stuff going around. I don't know if anybody heard about that ship crashing in over there at at one of the bridges in New York City. I guess their power went out on the ship and they couldn't control it. So it crashed into a dock. People were like standing and you know, so crazy. People were like just standing there looking at it. It's coming toward them. You know, the ship is coming toward them, but yet they're like, huh? They're just looking at it, coming closer and closer. It's like, I would think you need to run away from the ship, because if you wait too long, I don't think you're going to be able to get away from once it hits. You know? But yeah, people are like, I don't know. Some people, they I guess they don't function in the real world. Look at this guy. All right, you're going to get into my lane? Okay, get into my lane. I'm going back in the other lane. I just went in that lane because that truck was coming. He's speeding. He wants to go 80. Yeah, see, now he's coming back over here. Yeah, it's crazy how people, they don't like, hey, Nora's in the house. Welcome, Nora. Like, people don't function. Now, watching Ted, also Ted was live. Nora was live earlier. Caught the end of it. Yeah, Nora, I don't know if you want to leave that cricket in there with if the jumping spider is molting. You do not want to leave a cricket in there, because while it's molting, it's defenseless. Cricket could go in there and eat your spider. So I'd remove the cricket, especially if it didn't eat it. Yeah, I would just go in there, grab the cricket out of there. Or unless you just want to crush the cricket's head and, you know, that way it won't harm your spider. Yeah, crickets are vicious, man. They'll even eat a lizard. I remember somebody's video. They had a bucket of crickets, and a lizard jumped in there, thinking, you know, I'm gonna have a great dinner of crickets. He became dinner. And it's like, oh, welcome to dinner. Looks like there's a little bit of traffic today. Come on. I don't know, this truck is in the fast lane, but he's not moving. It's like, vámonos. Vámonos. Arriba. Yippee. Oh, there's a crazy driver behind me. He just like switched lanes real crazy between two cars. Now he's behind me. I don't know. Let's see. We got a red light up ahead. Yep, we got a red light. Red light. What's up, Tim Windsor? How's it going? Welcome. Biscuit Gaming, what's up? Welcome. Come on, let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Let's see. Is this car gonna go faster, or is he gonna just stand still? Come on. There's a guy behind me pushing. He's a pusher. He's a pusher. Yeah, now he's gonna be changing lanes, the guy that was behind me, because he's gonna be pushing the other car in front of him. Is he one of those drivers that start flashing their lights? You know how you get somebody behind you, they want you to move, and they start flashing their lights, their high beams. Like, move out of the way. Muévete. Nope, I guess he's still behind him. That's why. He's gonna be turning. No wonder he didn't come into my lane. He's gonna be turning left. Welcome. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to share me out. Yeah, see, we got blue skies, but a lot of dust in the air still. It's still a little windy, not as bad as yesterday. There is wind, and you know there's a lot of loose dirt out there, loose sand. Green light? Yeah, green light. Green light. It was red earlier. What was it? The Indiana Jones? The Indiana Jones movie. It's so funny because they dropped him, you know, in the movie they dropped him in a pit of snakes, and he's afraid of snakes. The funny thing is, says, oh, poisonous snakes. A lot of the snakes were not even snakes. They were legless lizards. You know, it's not even a snake. It's a lizard without legs. Hopefully everybody's doing great. Oh, this guy's coming up fast. He's flying. Look at that. There he goes. There he goes. Come on, get in. You know you want to. Walmart semi. I heard a lot of, well, not a lot. I think they're all closing. All the Walgreens pharmacies. Now, is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? Well, the only bad thing is if If people, like, say there's only 2 pharmacies in your city, and Walgreens is one of them, and it's the closest one to you, well, guess what? Now you're gonna have to go to the other one, and now, how long do you think the lines are gonna be? I mean, I would think maybe the pharmacy would hire all the people from the other pharmacy, because, I mean, why not? You're going to be getting a bunch of new patients from that pharmacy. Everybody that has their prescription over there. But I mean, here we have a lot of different kind of pharmacies. Here we even have your mom and pop pharmacies. But we have the CVS. We have also now some doctors' offices are opening up pharmacies. There's other pharmacies, but it's that big chain is closing. I think the reason too being it's because they're being robbed a lot. You see a lot of videos on YouTube where people are going into Rite Aid and stealing all the medications and all the stuff, the cosmetics, and anything that's valuable in the store. They're stealing it. But this is the thing. This is the thing that's going to happen. People, how everybody's, they're going into stores and stealing and all that. Well, pretty soon stores are going to close, and it's all going to be by special order. Or you're going to go to a place and just pick up your order. You park outside and they take you your order. Now the thing is, are those people going to get are those people going to be in jeopardy of getting robbed? Plus, if they're going to do deliveries, to your house, that's going to get worse. People's stuff on their porch are going to be getting robbed more than normal. Why? Because there's not going to be anything to steal in the stores, so they're going to have to go to where so what are they going to be doing? They're going to be following the UPS trucks, the post office trucks. In some cities, they've assaulted drivers that work at the post office. I know when I was a postal employee, they had told us, that some, that's why they don't want you out there delivering mail after dark. Like, once the sun goes down, they don't want them out there. They'll just go home, like in the wintertime when it gets dark early. They won't stay out there delivering mail in the dark. It's too dangerous. It's already dangerous enough during the day. The thing is, if they steal from a postal employee, that's a federal offense. That's not a misdemeanor. And if they attack a federal employee, a postal employee, just like a dog, if a dog bites you can get fined because it's a federal offense. If your dog attacks the postal employee. Come on, let's go. So it's just gonna get worse. But people are gonna be getting their little pew-pews out. It's gonna be shooting some people there. Some people are gonna be putting up signs. Trespassers will be shot. Survivors will be shot twice. But you know what's happening. You know the thing is, you know, at first there was you know, they didn't care that people were stealing. Why? Because they're insured. But now guess what? How much you want to make a bet? The insurance companies started raising their rates and said, you know what? I'm sorry, but you cannot be insured because you're not. Your theft is too high. You know, it's like insurance. You know, car insurance. Where you live, if they go by your zip code. If you live in an area where they steal a lot of cars or there's a lot of accidents and stuff, your insurance is probably going to be higher. That's the way they do it, you know. Hey, Orange, what's up, Orange? Namaste, what is up? Welcome, welcome. Blood Dragon, welcome, welcome. Yeah, but you know, the way I see it, I blame the parents, because these people have been raised with very, very low values. You know, back in the 70s, you know, we were all taught, you don't steal, you don't do bad things to your neighbor and stuff like that. And everybody looked out for each other. You were messing around, doing something wrong, your neighbor's going to tell your parents. And your parents going to be on your butt. Yep. Oh yeah. I mean, we all grew up doing, you know, we all did dumb things. I mean, when I was younger too, you know, my parents always got me whatever I wanted, but you know, hey, you know, you grab a candy bar and you put it in your pocket and you take it. Then you get home and then your parents go, hey, where'd you get that candy bar? From the store. You got it from the store. You didn't ask me for any money because, you know, we didn't have money. We didn't carry money. Well, how'd you pay for it? Oh, I stole it. Okay. Go back. Take it back. And tell them what you did. And yeah, we did. Took it back. Tell them what we did. Never did it again. You know? That's the way we were taught. You know? My older kid, my wife did the same thing. My son, you know, we could have bought him a candy, but we're not going to buy him junk food. You know, it's a choice. But yeah, he thinks he's going to steal a candy bar. And then we find a candy bar in his pocket and we're like, okay, that's it. Take him back inside the store. Give it to the, you know, they're going to arrest you. They're going to call the cops. You want them to call the cops on you? No. Okay. You know, Yeah, because they tell you, bad people get arrested. People who steal get arrested. Apparently, these kids that are out there doing, and some of them are not kids anymore, they're already adults. I can understand if you're homeless. Okay, you're hungry. Okay, maybe you'll steal some food. I can understand that. But when you're not starving, and you're just doing this because you're too damn lazy to work, I don't know, maybe a homeless person, as they say, why is he homeless? The thing is, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. We kind of were like homeless at one time, but we found a way, but I was working, But then I blame my dad for that because he didn't pay the rent. Because I wasn't, if I would have known, I would have paid the rent, the thing is, it's like I asked my son one time, what would you do? What would you do if you became homeless? And he's all like, what? He goes, I don't think I would become homeless. Because he says he'd go find a job or find something to do to make money. He says he wouldn't put himself in that position. I mean, I could see, being homeless for a day, maybe a week, till you find a place to go. But there's always somebody you can always look to. Either family, if you don't have family, maybe there's a friend. Hey, by the way, I just got kicked out. I just need a place to stay to get back on my feet. Don't be a burden and then just stay there and be lazy. See, that's the thing. People think, wow, they're homeless. But yeah, a lot of times some people that are homeless, because I've talked to people that are homeless, and they choose to be homeless because they don't want to. Because, okay, they can receive government money. But why they don't want to receive government money? Because then they have to live by the rules. They can't use the money for drugs. They can't use the money for alcohol. Can't use the money for tobacco. Food stamps are for food. Money that you get is for rent. And you get your medical card and all that. There's even they help you with rent. There's so many programs out there. But then, some people don't want to be. I mean, I met a lady. She was a senior citizen and she was homeless. But yet, she used to be a school teacher. But she started drinking. And the sad part is, because she wanted to drink, she didn't, not because she didn't have money. She had money. She had money in the bank because she was getting a retirement from her years that she worked, plus she was a teacher. She was at least getting $3,000 in her bank every month, where she can get an apartment, with housing and it'll be cheaper rent. But she chooses to live in the street. Why? Because she wants to drink she'll drink all of her money away. That's what she does. She buys alcohol and she drinks it away. And that way she has more money. She lives out in the street, sleeps on the floors, and doesn't have to pay any rent. No rules. It's like people want to live, or there's people that can live with their parents, but yet they don't want to live by the rules. It's always the rules. It's like, oh no, I want to go out when I want to, and come back. You should come back at a decent hour. Don't be out in the street. And they're your parents. They want to help you. You have to raise your kids right. Kids nowadays, they don't raise them right. We don't talk to them. We don't listen to what they have to say. We don't ask them about school. There's, you hear kids having boyfriends and girlfriends, and they're not even in high school yet. It's like, shouldn't even in high school, they shouldn't have a boyfriend. It's like, oh yeah, they have a boyfriend. Yeah, my daughter has a boyfriend. They find it funny. It's like, what? I'm like, you shouldn't let them have that young, because what's going to happen. We all know. We've all been there. And then they're gonna, I don't know. Now they're pregnant. Yeah. We always taught our kids. I had two boys. Respect women. Respect girls. Do not. There is no, none of that. Especially when you're that young. My oldest, he wasn't really dating until he was in college, because he wanted to finish school. He wanted to get his education. My younger one too. He has a girlfriend now. He finished his school. He knew her from when he was in school. And then they became boyfriend, girlfriend. At one time, they will get married when they choose to. But, they wanted to take care of their career first. Both of my sons, their wives and girlfriend are nurses. So they make good money. They're making, $50 or more an hour. So don't have to worry about them. It's like you have to raise your kids right. My youngest, he takes care of my wife when I'm not there. Then when I'm there, we both take care of her. But, you gotta just raise them right. Make sure they grow up knowing right from wrong, because if not, they're going to learn from their friends. And if their friends' parents don't give a hell, they don't care about their kids and let them raise them like animals, then your kids are going to become animals too. I see it all the time with kids. When parents, I can tell when there's a good parent. When they walk in the store or where I work at, where they pay the electric bill, they walk in The parent doesn't even have to tell them anything. They're walking right next to them. They don't even have to hold their hand. Then you have the other kid that runs around like an animal. And then you tell them, hey, you need to control your kids when they have an issue with it. Because the kid, they don't know how to control their kids. But yet, they're only 2-3 years old. Wait till they become teenagers and adults. Try to control them then. For those people that are gonna have kids and raise kids, raise them right. Because if you don't, they're not gonna be raised the right way. They're gonna be raised like animals. My mom, she said, she used to always say, my kids, they're angels at home, but when they walk out that door, I don't know. But I try to teach them as the right way. Don't disrespect elderly people. You give respect where respect is given. If an old person is going to be disrespectful to you, just walk away. You never know. Maybe he's not all there. There's some people that get that way. They get dementia. They get Alzheimer's. Oh, we got a train. Maybe it'll be finished by the time we get to the tracks. Nope. Oh, yeah, maybe. Yep, we got the end of it. Yeah. No more train. Come on. Vamonos, 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 vamonos. I remember I was watching a video. There's a guy. He's gonna cross the railroad tracks, and it says on there, make sure you look both ways because you never know. And then he looks both ways, and then he starts walking across, and then all of a sudden, almost at the last railroad track that he's crossing, because there's like a set of 4, and then he turns to the side, and then it shows like a train right in his face there, but it's not real, but try to be funny. Oh, we got a jogger here. She's jogging, exercising out in the hot sun. It's 88. What is it? 88 degrees outside. So. Yeah, it's not even windy. I guess there's like a breeze, but not wind. Do-do. Yeah, 88 degrees outside. Summer is coming. Let's see. First people that were in here was coining around. Said hello to me and everybody else. Sour D's was in here also. Corner Clubhouse. Pointing around. Saying hello. Biscuit Gaming. What's up? Much love, brother, he says. Nora, the Stock Explorer. Ah, that's good. The spider ate the cricket. Yeah, you don't want to. Yeah, because they will. I talked to Brooklyn chick. She was not doing well. Oh shoot. Oh man. I wonder what's going on. I know her eyes. It was her eyes that were getting bad. She had operations on it, but I guess the operation didn't help. I don't know if maybe she became blind. Who knows? I mean, that's really rough. I know how bad it is. I mean, my wife, she can't see, so we have to take care of her. I'm sorry to hear that about Brooklyn, man. Well, prayers for Brooklyn, everybody. And Tim Windsor says, what's up? Biscuit still in here. Corner Clubhouse. Tim Windsor. Blood Dragon saying hello. Welcome, welcome. Namaste. Saying hello. Traveling with Moon, he says. Orange Stag FPS. Welcome, welcome. Namaste. Hello, he says. Pointing around, says hello to Namaste. UK Medic. Yeah, so teach the government not to steal. Tell me about it. Yeah, the illegals here just help themselves and walk out the shop and no one does anything. Yeah. Yeah, they're afraid they're going to get sued. You know, if you hurt them, then they're going to take you to court. You know. Pokerossi, what's up? Welcome, welcome. 315 Gamer, what's up? Hey, Brother Moon, much love. Smash the like and share. Thank you, thank you. Ozark Studios, what is up? Yeah, man, I love watching that tank game. I downloaded the tank game. The one I downloaded, it says World of Tanks Blitz. I don't know if that's the same one you have, but I'm gonna look, see if there's a different one. I might go to the store and see if like GameStop, because I know my son has a PlayStation. He has a PlayStation 5 and a PlayStation 3. Maybe I'll buy the game. I love those kind of games. OMA Gaming, what's up? Welcome, welcome. They're more my pace. You know, I love, driving the tanks, running over stuff and shooting. Yeah. OM Gaming, what's up? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, OM Gaming. Oz, he does artwork and he does gaming. He's usually playing the tank game. Yeah, but I get into it, then I can't stop playing it. It's so addictive, that game. I just love playing it. Once I start playing a game, then I can't stop playing it. I was into the football games back in the day, when Nintendo first came out with the football games, and then they the hut with Bo Jackson. Yeah, I mean, I bought those consoles back when they first came out, and then I had a bunch of sports games: baseball, football, racing games. I think it came with Mario Brothers, and then I It came with the, I think also the shooting one, the duck hunt with the gun. Had the 4 controllers with the little adapter for the race, like these cars that would go over like hills and stuff on a track. Yeah, so prayers for Brooklyn chick. I don't know. He's Tupac says that he talked to her and she's not doing well. I don't know what it could be. It might be her eyes. You know, and it's kind of hard. Especially if you had sight all your life and then all of a sudden it's taken away. I mean, my wife, when she was younger, when my older son, you know, he was, I think, like around 4 or 5 years old. My wife was going to lose her vision back then. She was losing her vision out of one eye, and then she was going to start learning how to function without being able to see. But then she got a cornea transplant, but the first one didn't take, so they had to do it again. So she got a second cornea transplant, and that one took. So she was fine for all these years, and they usually only last about 10 years. And, she had it back when she was in her 20s, so it lasted over 20 years. And then she started losing it again. And then she finally lost her vision in both eyes, and they say they could do surgery, but she the thing is, when she went through the surgery of the cornea, the first time there was no issues. The second time they couldn't wake her up. So the anesthesia kind of didn't go well. So it's like she's healthy right now. She's healthier than she's ever been, because we make her food and everything, and cut all the junk food, all the sodas. She drinks water pretty much all the time. Unless we go to a restaurant, then we'll get her a soda. Or we buy sodas, and once in a while she gets a soda or stuff. But we got rid of all the junk food. I mean, she lost all kinds of weight. Last time I think they weighed her at the doctor. I think she weighed like 140 pounds, and she was like up in the 300s. So it's a big difference. She's healthier. She's going to live longer that way. And my son's going to take care of her. I'm going to take care of her. God willing. As she says, I can't die until she dies. But we never know. We'll see. Hopefully. MDT, what's up? Welcome. How's it going in the Philippines? So, take care of your loved ones, guys. Don't put them in the hospitals, man. It's not a good place. So, everybody, thank you for coming in. God bless you. I'm always live Wednesdays, 11 a.m. and Saturdays and Sundays at 2:15 p.m. all California time. If you got nothing better to do or some time to kill, come on in, say hello, and we'll spend some time here together. Usually drive for about 45-50 minutes here to work. So everybody have a good one. God bless you. Till next time. And go check out Cable Company. He's live right now still, I think. I'm not sure. I don't know if Copperal was still live. And Tupac Coining Around is going to be live here in about 35, 37 minutes. So everybody have a good one. God bless you. Bye-bye.